All right, we are live. Welcome back, everyone. J Bone here for Smash This podcast. It's getting late, but I decided to do this one anyways. I just got done watching this episode of Dark Side of the Ring. Um, Different kind of episode because this is one about someone that I really had no clue who this guy was. This is someone from the 80s never heard of. But this is someone who was big in the southern end of the country. This is a guy who ran with WCCW, ran with the Von Erichs and such down there. And man, it just shows that it's like, wow, this that company was really cursed. It just has such a dark light on it. Um I can't even imagine what season two of Dark Side of the Ring would be on. I'm guessing if I had to just pick something off the top of my head, I would maybe pick some of the handful of the tragedies that happened surrounding um, ECW, maybe, something like that. I don't mean the business side of it. I'm talking about you know, the deaths. Because there are some deaths that surround ECW um, during and after. so, but yeah, let's talk about this. I didn't take any notes on this, but I was just paying attention to the story and who was talking. This one they had Jake the Snake Roberts given like a history timeline. Bruce Pritchard, who was looked like he was roughing back then. Booker, one of the refs who was booking back then, and of course Gino's family, namely his mother, a significant part of this because she had been living so long without any answers, and um, and that there was because the glorious side of wrestling and people embellish um stories or legends, stories become legend. Um, excuse me. Like they talked about the story about how Andre, the story that Andre told, and no, that wasn't true. Heavy J says, "Have you heard anything about Evilise tryout from WWE?" No, I heard she had one. I have not heard any details or anything past that. No. Um, So yeah, it was sad. Well, for I want to talk about something else real quick regarding Gino. The footage that they showed from him in this timeline, and he was so charismatic. I mean, he almost seemed like the Texas version of Ric Flair, like almost like I'd be very curious to hear The Rock interpretation of this or, his thoughts on this episode because, man, it looked like a 1985, 86 version of The Rock, didn't it? That's crazy. Um, and I see a Ric Flair in this guy too. I wonder if I don't want to say stole it, but um, as a form of flattery, you take a little piece of this person, that person. So, and just it's just a tragic story, all in all, how someone got caught up in the seedy side of the business and got involved with drugs. and what seemed like for years this mother and the family living in fear because they thought he owed someone money, and that side of it. So she was constantly in fear of, are these people going to come after me? And I can't imagine living like that for 30 plus years and just wanting peace for your family and wanting to know what happened to your son. And then they actually found out what happened through an anonymous drug dealer, I guess. And what's up, Humble Beast? We are talking about episode number 5 of Dark Side of the Ring. We're talking about Gino Hernandez. Heavy J says Gino did take up with Tully in the early 80s. Oh, I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt. Because these guys traveled all over the place. James Williams, hello. Did I show up late again? No, I just started a little bit ago. I'm like 6 minutes in, so it's okay. I'm just talking about the episode a little, some details. Um, so yeah, he got caught up in the drugs, and of course, different stories get told, opinions on how the best one of the whole episode was that he um oh, that he went to the hotel room with a couple of stewardesses. That's crazy. And that very well been true for part of that evening, but the one guy told a story that he was with him till about 1 in the morning and that he was just doing a boatload of drugs and everything. Um, so that, what else are we going to do but believe this guy? We really don't have a choice. You either choose to believe him or just say, no, I think he's lying. But these people at this point in their life, between 30 to 40 years later, they don't have any reason to lie. So you got that this one is just put to bed, and that the family, including the mother, finally has peace. Um, the one thing I have not listened to, thank you, James. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, and this is a name that I was never familiar with either, but these stories and how they produce them have all been so good. Um, yeah, I was going to say something. What the heck? I'm tired. It's been a long day. Um, oh, and just thinking about the producer side of this. I mean, they're talking to these families and they're talking to the people that were around at that time, like Jake, Bruce Pritchard, and things like that. And then they go out of their way to try to contact some of these, drug dealers or maybe nefarious characters from back then that he rolled with that could be dangerous. So I give these producers a lot of credit for going out of their way and digging into something dangerous. Um, it's it takes a lot of guts, takes a lot of balls. Um, but they have done a tremendous service to this family and going above. They could have went with the stories and left it at that. No, they put this story to rest for the family, and especially this mother who has been grieving for over 30 years and looking over her shoulder every time she leaves the house in fear that someone still might be out there after her. And finally, these guys who were around him in his days told her, said, "Look, you have nothing to fear. You know, we didn't do anything to him. It was just all a terrible accident." So there's, that's that's what we got to go with that. But yeah, he kept talking about all the coke, how paranoid he was. But that makes sense. Cocaine does make you paranoid. You know, Humble Bee says sad story, creepy. Yeah, I mean it was very sad, but um, it had a light at the end of the tunnel. At the end, I guess you could say. Family and just a wild tale of someone who got caught in his own gimmick. I guess. Kind of like Flair. It's like, wow, how is Flair still alive? But he apparently didn't get quite as crazy as Gino Hernandez. James says, I asked the producer on Twitter if they cover the story and the tragedy of Chris Benoit in the future. They said it's on their wish list. Ooh, well, hey, that might be season 2. And last week when they did that live Instagram feed, in fact, I got the notification that they did another Q&A on live on Instagram, and I missed it because I was actually watching this episode. Um, they said if you want to see a season 2 of this Dark Side of the Ring, hit up Viceland, um, Vice or Viceland, the channel, and just let them. I did, I did my part. I hit them up on social media and just said, yes, we want season 2. We want more. It's a great series. It really is. Um, in fact, a week after this series is done, so Fabulous Moolah this season, that's next week, and then a week after that, a brand new series starts on that channel called The Wrestlers, and it's all about wrestlers on the independent scene. It looks like interviewing people like MVP. Um, they show footage of, who do they show? Oh, Fred Yehi looks like one of the guys. I like Fred Yehi. Um, Pimpinella and handful of others. I don't know how long, if it's a special or if it's a series. I'm pretty sure it's a series, but we'll have to see who's all involved in that. I know they show a clip of talking to MVP at the end, and that would be pretty. That'd be pretty cool to see that. Um, that episode of him and him talking about his stuff. So I'll be keeping an eye out for more details for that because that is something I definitely want to watch on here as well. James says he wants to see season 2. There you go. Bumblebee says top wrestlers make great money, but that life isn't as glamorous as we think. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hard work, and it's not all bright lights and steak dinners. It's there's a lot of sadness in the scenes too. Broken hearts, broken dreams, broken families. You know, happens. Hear about it in the news all the time. Like Bray Wyatt left his wife for JoJo, and they're having a baby now. You know, some wrestlers are second, third, fourth wives. It's the business. It does it. Some stay some stay close to their family and they do fine. Others not so much. As we see here, you know. So, but nonetheless, overall, to wrap this up, another tremendous episode of Dark Side of the Ring. And like I said, who I knew nothing about, but the story was so good, you know. They gave a little back history on the guy, and then they show how things went wrong. And the reenactments are so good too. They really do a great job on them. You know, the blurry behind the scenes little acted parts. Um, so well done, really. These producers just did a hell of a job. So um, you guys get a too sweet from J-Bone. um, and if you're watching this after effect, please um, leave in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this episode and or the series. You know, um, but yeah, by all means, if you have not watched this episode yet, please do watch this episode. These are all very well put together, and it's even though it is sad, there is a good ending to this. Not to give up any spoilers, I'm usually not like, but it's it's a documentary. It's it's real life. So um, please go support these guys. Go watch it. Um, if you don't watch it live, they've got a link on their social media. You can go straight to the Viceland and go watch it for free on there. So please, by all means, support the show. Go check them out. They won't send you. So yeah, I was gonna go live earlier and talk about a few things. I might go live tomorrow morning, talk about news. Looks like Moxley's doing Hollywood. So I'm going to talk about that. Some more news, Von Erichs and where they're debuting. I got that newsletter today. Very excited about that. You have no idea. Um, what else? Something else I was going to talk about. A couple other tidbits. I might brew some coffee and go live tomorrow morning. We'll see. We'll see. So, Humblebee says, if you were a wrestling star, would you sign with the WWE or stay independent? That's a tough one. You know, I live a different life than a wrestler, and I'm 45. I think if I was younger, I'd want to go to the WWE, but things are so different now than were back when I was a kid. So, you know, it's hard. You know, really hard to say. Can't I can tell you you live here. You have a great podcast, and you're very knowledgeable. I hope you get blessed with a new job soon, bro. Well, thank you, Beast. Bless you too, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not giving up. You know, there's got to be someone out there who give me a chance. Not too worried about it. We'll find something. Um, Till then, we still just keep pushing on, and pushing on. And yeah, that's what we do here on Smash This Podcast. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna call it a night. I'm tired. We'll be back sometime tomorrow. Um, what is tomorrow? Thursday or Friday? It's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll talk some news. We'll talk some wrestling. We'll catch up on stuff. And yeah, have a cup of Joe, Professor J-Bone. Till then, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know more of my content hits your screen. Good night, folks. Take care.